Hey everyone, Timmy Flyersguy here, and I just wanted to remind you that the Flyersguy's Top 10 will be returning on Monday, November 4th. So get ready for more exciting countdowns exclusively on the Timmy Flyersguy YouTube channel.
Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyersguy, and welcome to another edition of Throwback Flyersguy. I'm your host, Timmy Flyersguy, and in today's episode, I'm going to talk about the time I got Pokemon Gold and Silver for the Game Boy Color. It all started back in September after I got my spinal fusion. I remember coming home after getting surgery, and a lot of people were sending me some stuff after surgery. My cousin sent me a Pokemon Gym Leader starter deck. My cousin Jay sent me a Pokemon Gym Leader starter deck. People sent me a lot of chocolates and cookies and baskets and stuff when I came back from my surgery. But and I'll always be grateful for the people that did that for me after coming back from surgery. I also remember a lot of people wishing me well as well when I came back from surgery. I gotta tell you, this is gonna be two stories in one. Coming back from spinal fusion was really tough. I felt weak, I felt sluggish, and I felt tired, and I was in pain. And I remember seeing advertisements for Pokemon Gold and Silver. And I told myself, I want these games. I want to get these games. So, I told my grandma asked me, is there something that you really want? And I told her, yeah, Pokemon Gold and Silver. And my grandma went to the game store and reserved Gold and Silver, Pokemon Gold and Silver for me. And before I got that, I got a CD. They gave you a free CD-ROM whenever you reserved your copies of Gold and Silver. So I looked at the CD-ROM, checked out the screenshots, and I was really excited to get Pokemon Gold and Silver. I kept waiting and waiting, anticipating, and just waiting for those two games to arrive. It took a while, but finally, my copy of Pokemon Gold and Silver finally arrived. My grandma brought the two games to me, and I was so grateful and so happy that my grandma got me these two games that I wanted. And let me tell you, when I started playing these games, I was hooked immediately. I played a lot. I played both versions, Gold and Silver. But usually the version I played the most was the Silver version. Yeah, I did go back to the Gold version. I played both of these games, and each time I could not decide on the starter. So on my Silver version, I settled on using Cyndaquil as my starter. And I think on Gold, I selected Totodile. I was playing the hell out of these games. I enjoyed every second of these games. I played them all the time. I even played them in school, and yet when we had some free time. I enjoyed these Pokemon games. They really took my mind off the pain I was in after my spinal fusion and how I felt after getting my spinal fusion. I love these games. And these were my favorite Pokemon games of all time. I loved every minute of these games. And here's a little bonus. After getting Pokemon Gold and Silver, I ended up getting Pokemon Stadium 2. Now, I had Pokemon Stadium 1, which I got in 2000 from my sister-in-law. And I ended up getting Pokemon Stadium 2. My sister got me that game. My sister Shelly got me that game, Pokemon Stadium 2. And I love that game. That game was fun. It was compatible with Gold and Silver, and I think a time later, when Pokemon Crystal came out, it was compatible with that as well. So, I also ended up, in the summer of 2001, I got my copy of Pokemon Crystal from my Uncle Jerry. And that was a slightly remade version. The remade version, kind of like a remake of the first two games, with a lot of added, more of a story in that game. So I enjoyed playing Pokemon Crystal. I remember when I got that game, how excited I was to play it. See, Pokemon Crystal was more of the definitive version of Gold and Silver, and it was a very enjoyable game. And I enjoyed it, and it was a great game. Also, many years later in 2003, I ended up getting Pokemon Sapphire. Me and my dad were looking at games to order, and I ordered Pokemon Sapphire. And let me tell you, this game took weeks and weeks to come to my house. I also ordered some other games, like Rocky, John Hack Game, and many other great games. And I remember when I got Pokemon Sapphire. The first I get home from school, I get a package, Pokemon Sapphires here. Then I forget that, oh shit, my Game Boy was stolen. My Game Boy Advance was stolen. And by the way, I had my copy of Pokemon Crystal in the Game Boy Advance, and that was stolen too. So I get Pokemon Sapphire in the mail. I'm playing it on my friend Billy's Game Boy Advance. And I'm like, well, it looks like I'm gonna get Billy's Game Boy Advance back. And then my dad comes home. He has something for me, and my dad's like, oh, it arrived. I open up the package. I not only get Pokemon Sapphire, but I get my very own Game Boy Advance SP. That's right, folks. A Game Boy Advance SP. Oh my God. Let me tell you how better Pokemon SP, Game Boy Advance SP is. Let me tell you, man. You just flip the screen and you play it. It's amazing. And I loved it. And I'm so happy to get that from my dad. So I'm going to title this story. A variety of Pokemon games. That's what I'm going to call this. And guys, thank you for joining me, and have a great day, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me.